Good day everyone. Today I will share my insights through this presentation, and this presentation is entitled Insights about Ayala Voyage System and Different Kinds of Markers. So, Ayala Voyage System. So, Ayala are International Association of Marine Aids to Navigation and Lighthouse Authorities, was previously known as International Association of Lighthouse Authorities, and is a non-profit organization created in 1957 to gather and disseminate nautical knowledge and advice. And Ayala is based near Paris in Saint-Germain-en-Laye, France. And Ayala is also known as the Association Internationale de Signalisation Maritime in French, RAISM. So, Ayala Voyage System was created in 1980 and has two systems, namely Ayala A and Ayala B. Although there is still no global unified system, this was a significant breakthrough, and the discrepancies between Ayala A and Ayala B are minor. The Ayala chose the two systems to limit the amount of changes to current systems and to avoid serious conflicts. Africa, the majority of Asia, Australia, Europe, and India use Ayala Region A, while North, Central, and South America countries, as well as Japan, Korea, and the Philippines, use Ayala Region B. So, the different kinds of markers. So, the first one is direction of voyage. So, a big purple arrow pointing in the direction of the voyage is shown on Admiralty charts to indicate voyage direction when entering a harbor. However, the direction of buoyancy is usually into the harbor from the sea or towards the river source if an river. So this is a big purple arrow pointing that we can see on the Admiralty charts. So the lateral markers, which consist of two separate buoys, a port lateral marker and a starboard lateral marker, are used to identify the margin of a navigable channel, most typically when entering or leaving harbors. Depending on the Ayala voyage system, you are now in red is utilized for one side of the channel and green is used for the other. The direction of buoyancy also determines which side of the waterway the respective buoys are put. So the Ayala Region A lateral marks are used in the majority of the world, including Europe, Africa, Australia, and much of Asia, according to Ayala Region A. And although many of their qualities are diametrically opposed to those found in Ayala Region B systems, these are similarities between the two systems. So this is the port lateral buoy for the Region A. We have the color red, and the shape is cylindrical or can pillar spar, and the numbering is even numbers, and the top marks is square, can, or flat top, and the lights is red, multiple combinations, and this is the chart symbol. And for the starboard, we have the color green, the shapes conical, pillar, spar, the numbering odd numbers, and the top marks conical or pointed top, and the lights green, multiple combinations. This is the chart. So for the Ayala Region B, the majority of the world, including the Americas, South Korea, Japan, and the Philippines, and the Eastern Pacific, uses lateral marks. Although many of their qualities are diametrically opposed to those found in the Ayala Region A systems, there are some similarities between the two systems. So this is the port lateral buoy for the Region B. We have the color green, cylindrical can, pillar spar for the shapes, and for the numbering we have the odd numbers, and the top marks square or flat top, and the lights we have the green, multiple combinations, and the chart symbol we have this. And for the starboard lateral buoy Region B, we have the color red, conical, pillar, spar for the shapes, and the numbering is even numbers, and the top marks conical or pointed top, and the lights read multiple combinations, and the chart symbol. And for the preferred channel, marks are placed at the split of channels to show that it splits and specifies which is the preferred channel when there are two navigable channels available. Preferred channel buoys, like lateral markings, have opposite colors depending on whatever Ayala voyage system you're in, and include both port and starboard buoys, which with its own set of characteristics. So this is the preferred channel to port region A. We have the major color green and the minor is red, and the shape is conical pillar or spar, and the top part conical or pointed top, and the lights is green light with flashing 2 or 1, and the chart symbol green green green. And for the starboard, we have the major color red, the minor is green, and the shape is cylindrical or can, pillar spar, and the top marks is a square or flat top, and the lights is red light with flashing 2 plus 1, and this is the chart symbol. And for the region B, we have the major color green and the minor is color red, and the shapes is conical pillar spar, and the tip marks is conical or pointed top. The light is green light with flashing 2 plus 1, and the chart symbols this. And for the preferred channel to starboard region B, we have the major color green, the minor is red, and the shapes is cylindrical can, pillar, spar, and the top marks were a flat top, and the light is green light with flashing 2 plus 1. And for the cardinal marks, named after the cardinal points of the compass, north, east, south, and west, show the location of a danger or the safe side through which to travel. Cardinal marks, which their characteristics, yellow and black colors, top marks, and white lights are present in both Ayala buoyancy systems. So this is what it looks like, the north cardinal mark. We have the color black over yellow, and the shape is in the shape most commonly pillar or spar, and the top marks is 2 coin pointing up, and the lights is white Q or VQ, and this is the chart symbol. For the east cardinal mark, we have the color black, yellow, black, and the shape is in the shape but looks commonly pillar or spar. The top marks is 2 coins pointing away from each other, and the light is white Q3 15 seconds or VQ3 15 seconds, and this is the chart symbol. And for the south cardinal, we have the color yellow over black, and the shape is in the shape most commonly pillar or spar, and the top marks is 2 coins pointing down, and the light is white Q6 plus LFI 15 seconds or VQ6 plus LFI 10 seconds, and this is the chart symbol. And for the west, we have the color yellow, black, yellow in the shape but most commonly pillar spar for the shapes. And for the marks, we have the 2 coins pointing towards each other, and the light is white Q9 15S or VQ9 10S, and this is the chart symbol. And for the isolated marks are used to designate minor isolated dangers where navigable water may be found in all directions around the marked danger in both Ayala regions A and B, and these markers, sometimes known as beacons or buoys, are used to identify hazards such as shoals and rocks as well as wrecks, essentially any modest isolated hazard that threatens surface navigation. And this is the characteristics of the isolated danger marks. For the first one, will only show a white light and will always be flashing 2 to F1, and will only normally have a light period of 5 seconds. Some variations may be found. And for the points to remember, we have the first one is isolated danger marks are the same regardless if you are in Ayala region A or region B. The second one is are always colored black with red horizontal band. The third one is always use double spears for their top mark. And the fourth one rather, only show a flashing of 2 white light if alighted in, and will have a safe water in all directions surrounding it. And the last one is to be safe, marine interests should remain well clear of an isolated danger mark. And for the safe waters are also known as mid-channel buoy, firm buoy, or sea buoy is used to signal the presence of safe water in all directions. And when arriving from the sea, it is most commonly used to denote the start of a defined waterway or offshore points. They can also be used to identify the best water at each end or along the center line of any waterway. And this is what it looks like, the safety marks. We have the color vertical red and white stripes. The shape is a spherical pillar or spar, and the top marks is, if a top mark is carried, it is a single red sphere, and the light is white with a slow rhythm and one long flash every 10 seconds. Isophase, halting or Morse code A, and this is the charge symbol. And for the special marks or special purpose marks, we have the specific buoys identify special regions or characteristics such as military exercise zones, recreation zones, traffic separators, and so on. They are not used to aid navigation. The yellow color distinguishes them in both Ayala buoyancy systems. When they have lights, they are yellow and can have any rhythm except the ones used by isolated danger, cardinal, safe water, lateral, and emergency crash buoys. And this is what it looks like, the special marks. We have the color yellow, and the shape is conical, spar, cylindrical, pillar, spherical. The top mark is yellow cross on its side, and light. If a light is fitted, the color will be yellow. Any rhythm apart from those used by isolated danger, cardinal, safe water, lateral, emergency buoys. And this is the chart symbol. And for the emergency wrecks marker, our buoys are deployed above or as close to new wrecks and underwater dangers as possible in both Ayala buoyage systems. They stay in place until the hazard has been surveyed, documented in nautical charts, and permanent buoy has been installed. As a result, emergency buoys lack a chart icon because they are never shown in nautical charts. And this is the characteristic of emergency wreck marker. And for the shape, we have the emergency wreck mark can be found in two basic shapes configurations: a combination or a pillar buoy or a spar buoy, which are typically lightened, the size of the mark being dependent upon its location. For the markings, in most cases, the emergency wreck mark is marked with word wreck. However, they may carry no markings at all in limited cases. And for the color, consists of an equal number blue and yellow vertical stripes, making it easily distinguishable during daylight hours. The minimum number of stripes will be 4, and the maximum is 8. And for the top mark is authorized is St. George upright yellow cross and will always be shown regardless of the shape of the mark used. And for the light characteristics, we're chosen to immediately draw attention to the mark. At night or during the hours of darkness, the mark will show a blue and yellow light. The light phase characteristics are alternating, typically blue 1.0 seconds plus 5.0 seconds darkness, plus yellow 1.0 seconds plus 0.5 seconds darkness. This will provide a period of 3.0 seconds for this light and then repeats itself. And when multiple marks are placed in the same danger, the light will be synchronized. And for the special aids, they may also be equipped with raccoons transmitting the Morse code letter D for danger or an AIS transponder or both. And these special aids are used to further aid in detection and recognition. And note, while authorized for usage in Ayala B, the emergency wreck mark is not currently being used in the United States. And that's my insights about the Ayala buoyage system and the different kinds of mark. Thank you.